In this video, we're going to be solving question 48 of 2021 Junior Mathematics Olympiad first round. So we're asked to find how many different number plates can be made if each number plate contains 2 letters followed by 5 digits. We'll start by talking about what a valid number plate will look like. So let's say I'm like AX34615. So this here is a valid number plate. The reason why it is valid is because it begins with 2 letters. That's AX, and those 2 letters are followed by 5 digits. That's 34615. So another valid number plate would be something like PQ11137. The reason why this 2 is valid is because it begins with 2 letters of the alphabet, and those 2 letters are followed by 5 digits. And notice that the question does not give any restriction on digits appearing twice. So they did say that it's followed by 5 distinct digits, or that it contains 2 distinct letters. So that's why having 111 here is allowed, right? So this 2 is an example of a valid plate number. So we're asked to now count how many of these valid plate numbers there are. Okay, so notice that every plate number is going to have 7 characters in it, some numbers and some digits. So let me just draw 7 spaces here. So we have these 7 spaces here. We're going to fill this with letters and numbers. So for the first space, from the description given in the question, in the first space we're only allowed to have a letter there, and it can be any letter at all from A to Z, right? And since there are 26 letters of the alphabet, we have 26 options for this first space. And on the second space, we're also only allowed to have a letter there, and since there's no restriction on whether a letter that has appeared previously can also appear there too, we're going to have 26 options here too. So if the question said something like it has 2 distinct letters, then we'll have 25 here instead, since we're only allowed to use, since then we'll only be allowed to use letters we've not used before. But since we're free to choose any one at all, we have 26 options for that. And then for this third space here, this has to be a digit, right? Since the 2 letters are followed by 5 digits. And we have 10 options for this, since we can really pick any digit we want and have it here. And for the next space too, it's also going to be a digit, and there's no rule stopping us from using something we've used before. So we have 10 options here, and for the other 3 spaces, something similar still happens. We can use any of the 10 digits in all these spaces, and yeah. And since we're allowed to use something I've used before, it's just be 10, 10, 10 all through. So we have 26 options to choose from for the character that will be in the first space. We have 26 options for the character in the second, and we have 10 for the third, 10 for the fourth, and so on till the end. And since all these are independent of each other, we're going to have the total number of number plates that are possible. So total number of possible number plates is going to be the product of the number of options we have for each of the spaces. So that's going to be 26 times 26 times 10 multiplied by itself 5 times. So times 10 here. And 26 times 26 is just 26 squared, and 10 multiplied by itself 5 times is 10 raised to the power 5. So yeah, that's how to solve this question. So the answer is 26 raised to the power 2 times 10 raised to the power 5. And that is option C here. So option C is the correct answer to this question. That's the right way of going about solving question 48 of this exam.